Welcome to my channel Digital Challenge Academy with Rimanshu.
Have you ever just stared at your spreadsheet and wished it could do the thinking for you? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going way beyond just adding and subtracting. We're teaching it how to make its own decisions. We're about to dive into logical functions. These are the tools that will give your data a mind of its own. So, you ready to level up? Let's dive in.
I mean, really think about it. How many hours have you spent just scanning columns, checking if a sales number hit the target, or if your inventory dropped below a certain level, or maybe just checking if a project is marked complete? It's so slow, it's tedious, and honestly, it's the kind of work a computer should be doing for us.
And that's our mission today. By the end of this explainer, you're going to be able to transform that spreadsheet from just a boring table of data into a dynamic decision-making tool. It's going to automatically check things for you, make judgments, and show you the results, all without you lifting a finger. So where do we start? Well, we start with the absolute cornerstone of all this automated logic. It's a really powerful but surprisingly simple function called if. This is ground zero for making your spreadsheets truly smart. So what does it actually do? At its heart, the if function just asks a simple question about your data, a question that has a clear yes or no answer. And based on that answer, it takes one of two paths. If the condition is true, it does one thing. If the condition is false, it does something else. It's really just a fork in the road for your data. Let's break it down into three simple pieces. First up, you have the condition. That's the logical test, the question you're asking. Second, you have the value if true. This is what you want the cell to show if the answer to your question is yes. And third, you have the value if false, which is what it shows if the answer is no. That's it. A test, a yes result, and a no result.
Okay, here's a classic example you'll see everywhere. The formula is asking a question. Hey, is the value in cell B2 greater than or equal to 33? If the answer is yes, if it's true, the function spits out the word pass. If the answer is no, it's false, it spits out fail. And just like that, you've automated a pass-fail decision. Simple, right?
Now, listen up, because this is a huge tip that's going to save you so many headaches. Whenever you want a function to return actual text, like our pass or fail, you must wrap it in double quotes. This tells the spreadsheet, hey, this is just text I want you to display, not some other formula or a cell name. Seriously, this is one of the most common mistakes, so burn this one into your brain. The if function is awesome for a single checkpoint. But let's be real, life and data are often way more complex than that. What happens when a decision depends on more than one thing at a time? Well, for that, we bring in a couple of new friends for our if function, and or. The difference between them is super simple, but so powerful. Think of the and function as a really strict bouncer at an exclusive club. You have to meet every single requirement on the list to get in. If even one thing is off, you're not getting past the velvet rope. The or function, on the other hand, is way more chill. It's like a buffet. You only need to find one thing you like. As long as at least one of your conditions is true, you're good to go. And this slide just nails that difference, right? For and, think about a student who has to pass the theory exam and the practical exam. You need both, no exceptions. But for or, think about paying at a store. You can pay with cash, or you can pay with a card. Either one works. You don't need to do both. Okay, so we can handle one condition with if. We can handle multiple conditions with and or, but what if we need more than just two possible outcomes? What if you're not just doing pass-fail, but you're trying to assign letter grades like A, B, C, or D? For that, we need to chain our logic together, and we do that with something called nested ifs. Now, don't let that name scare you. Nesting sounds complicated, but it just means putting one function inside of another one. Think of it like a set of those Russian nesting dolls. You open up the first if function, and instead of just putting fail as the outcome, you stick another, smaller, if function right inside it, which asks a second question. And that's the key to the whole thing. The final formula might look really long and intimidating, but it's not. It's just a logical waterfall. The spreadsheet checks the first condition. Is the score over 90? If yes, great, it returns A and it stops. If no, it just flows down to the next if. Okay, is the score over 80? If yes, it returns B and stops. It's just a simple chain of command, one step at a time. So we've just covered some of the most powerful decision-making tools in any spreadsheet program. You've learned the fundamentals of making your spreadsheet work smarter for you, not just harder. So now it's time to put that new knowledge to the test.
All right, here's your pop quiz. A student gets a mark of exactly 50. The formula is equals IF, the mark is greater than 50, return yes. Otherwise, return no. So what's the spreadsheet going to show? Think really carefully about that logical test. Greater than 50. What does that mean for the number 50 itself? You did it. You've officially taught your spreadsheet how to follow logic and make a decision. You've started turning it from a static grid of numbers into a dynamic tool that can analyze, react, and save you a ton of time. So really, the only question left is, with this new power, what's the first tedious task you're going to automate?